Hello, and welcome to the Lone Gamers of the Apocalypse. I'm Mark, creator of Nightcast Creative, and creative director for Fight in a Box Games. Last year, with the success of Fight in a Box's last small box game, Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber, on Kickstarter, we decided to try something new and venture into the world of role-playing games. We made the decision to record our playthroughs of indie RPGs and bring them to you through Lone Gamers of the Apocalypse. The Quiet Year is a post-apocalyptic GM-less game straddling a nebulous realm between traditional games and RPGs. Since it's post-apocalyptic, many of the themes present in the genre come up. If you're uncomfortable with talk of disease and viruses, death, people in life or death situations, and groups of people struggling against adversity with the lives of their families on the line, this might not be the story for you. But if you enjoy stories like Mad Max, Station 11, or Sweet Tooth, stay tuned to enjoy our live play of The Quiet Year. Hello, and welcome to our playthrough of The Quiet Year. The Quiet Year is a map drawing game designed and written by Avery Alder from Buried Without Ceremony. And without any further ado, let's get started. For a long time, we were at war with the jackals. Now finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this: a year of relative peace. One quiet year with which to build our community up and learn again how to work together. Come winter, the Frost Shepherds will arrive, and we might not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end, but we don't know about that yet. What we know is that right now, in this moment, there's an opportunity to build something.
The jackals are like the jets or the sharks.
Yeah.
Like the jackals, the jackals, the jackals.
I don't know.
It's a little Bob Fosse moment, the jazz hands. This is like one of the reasons why you watch the YouTube, so you can see me do all the jazz hand things. All right. So what is our first decision that we must make for our... That's great. All right. So we are role-playing, not combat. We are role-playing the year of non-combat, of non-strife. And how we use this year of productivity says whether or not we will survive the next set of years of strife.
But just like any year of productivity, there will be setbacks, there will be issues, there will be things that need to be solved.
Great. I love it. Let's solve some stuff.
So we are obviously playing this game digitally. This game was probably meant to be played in person. So I'm going to introduce our tools really quickly. We've already sort of gone over what we've got in front of us, but for you viewers at home, we are using a digital map. This large white space right now will eventually be filled with mountains and rivers and symbols and things that mean something to us. But if somebody were to look back at this, it might be a confusing, interesting map that they could use sometime in the future. We also are supposed to have dice, but we can't really put dice on these maps, so we will be drawing our dice on. We also have contempt tokens. Contempt tokens are something that you take when you feel like your opinion was not valued in decision making. And then we have a deck of cards split into 4 seasons with a few cards removed just to make the game a little bit shorter since it's just the two of us. So before the first week, and each card in this deck represents 1 week, we establish a general landscape for a map. This begins with a brief discussion, taking 2 minutes at most.
Are we going to have 52 maps, or are we going to have one map that we adjust 52 times minus the cards that we took out?
One map.
One map.
Yep.
52 edits. Or is it double that?
Nope, it is 52.
2 of us. 52. Okay. One map, 52 changes. Let's do this.
So where do you want our community to be? What sort of environment?
What sort of environment? Is it what inspires my fancy, or
Yeah.
what hearing the story that we're up against, what seems most interesting at the time, or
Their
give me some
example is
direction.
somebody saying, "How about a community in a rocky desert?"
Huh.
How about a community in a canyon?
Canyon. The world has ended, though. Do we know this already or not?
Yeah.
Okay. I like a mesa or a bluff, like a natural fortress. If
Let's
this is
do
a
it.
story on the other side of the apocalypse, I need some place with a high vantage point that might have some other things about it that we can use as shelter, or maybe we can dig down into something like that, like a mesa.
We've got a mesa. Could we have maybe some smaller outcroppings to the side, like a mini mesa over here?
Yeah, like sub mesas. How? Okay, this is this. I like that. Oh. I don't seem to be able to scroll on our drawing thing. Okay, here we go. All right. Yeah.
And our
Wow.
drawing thing works very similarly to Photoshop and Illustrator. So
You pick a
Control
tool.
0, or it will, I think, zoom it to full screen, and you can do B
Control
for
0.
brush and all that sort of stuff.
B for brush. Whoa. Okay.
So do you want our community to be dead center in this mesa?
Uh no. No.
Where
You'd
should it
want
be?
to you probably should be towards an edge.
You want it on an edge.
Right. And then we'd have to put some outposts on the other ones, depending on how big the mesa is and how big our community is. Do we know how big our community starts?
Our community has around somewhere between 60 and 80 members.
60 and 80 members. That like is member families or members?
People. Total people.
Okay, so they could be broken up into uh 10 families or 20
Sure.
families.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But right now we've just got
I
our
wish
one
somebody would write a
community.
game about post-apocalyptic family survival.
If only there was one of those.
Only if there was one still in print. All right. So so we put ourselves to an edge.
Yep.
This is our first building. Do we know what this building is?
That's our whole community.
Whoa.
Yep.
This mesa is huge.
It's large.
Okay.
Next, we each name an important resource for the community, something we might have in either abundance or scarcity.
Considering I put ourselves up on a mesa, the scarcity of water is a real problem.
So water is one, and I'm going to say that our second resource is going to be...
We should have unlimited rock.
Yeah, we don't need to worry about rocks. I'm gonna go. I want to go weird. I want to go. Scrap metal is the other resource that we have.
In abundance or
Well, now
minority?
we have to decide which one is abundant and which one is.
It's
scarce.
a scarcity of water and its abundance of scrap metal. Nothing is more exciting than thirst traps, right? That's what a thirst trap is when somebody needs water. Isn't that
Sure.
how that works?
Uh-huh. All right. Abundance of scrap metal. So that was me. I named that one. So I'm going to say that there is a scrap yard a few miles outside of town. And
outside on the mesa?
Yeah, it is on the mesa.
Whoa.
Maybe it was even an old outpost of some sort.
Okay. I'm on board.
So that's my symbol for metal.
That's your symbol for
scrap
metal.
That's our scrap metal.
Whoa.
And now you have to draw.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Yes, I do.
The lack of water. Where do you want to draw the lack of water?
How do I draw the lack of something? How do I, like, what's the sound of one hand clapping, Mark? Like, how do I draw the absence of it?
The sound of one hand clapping is wind.
It is. It literally. And the sound of absence of water is lacking of rain. It is also wind.
So
All
it
right.
might be
So
a
do I put it
a
on the
water
map?
droplet. You do put it on the map, and maybe it's
Okay.
scarce because it is on one of these distant mesas. One of these other two smaller mesas. There might be a
Okay.
stream or
How do
something.
I shrink? Like what size? What size brush are you using currently?
I'm
What size?
using 8, and then it's on the
Okay.
far right side.
Yeah, no, I see that. I was making to set it. Did you do we do it in different colors so people could see? It's
We
going to be
can.
evident
We
to
can.
people.
Yeah.
It's going to be evident to people what you drew versus what I drew, but sure. All right. And so I put it
Let's do
somewhere
it
in
in
our
different colors
community.
too. You somewhere on this map to symbolize the scarcity.
The
So
scarcity. Okay.
it could
All right.
be off the edge of the mesa. There could be a spring on a distant mesa that just takes a lot of work to get to.
Oh no. Can I undo this? Like how like what level of this is so awful. I don't do this. That's no, oh my gosh. Why did you make me do this, Mark? It's so cruel. I cannot do this.
That's
All right.
it. That's water.
It is. I can never make this shape again. No, wait a second. I'm gonna stick to my strengths. We'll just go with lack of water. Is no.
Great.
That's worse. It's worse. You have made this awful for me. All right, so we're gonna do this. So it's a symbol. I cannot draw with the mouse. Holy. All right. No.
All right.
No.
Here's
I'm gonna do it. I gotta feel comfortable with this. You gotta give me a second. All right, we're gonna make that. Okay.
okay.
All right.
All right.
I did it. Thing.
Now we go into the weeks of our year.
Good.
So each week is one turn taken by one player, with play moving clockwise. There are only 2 of us. So
I'm gonna, by the way, give you a contempt token for not letting me draw at my own pace.
No, you can't do that.
Oh.
When it is your turn, you're not gonna like this at all. When it's your turn, the other players are quiet audience members unless prompted otherwise.
Why do you say I wouldn't like that, Mark? Why do you say that? My gosh.
No reason.
I need a bigger bag of these, you mother.
Each week follows 3 phases in this order. Play a card. The active player draws a card, reads the relevant text aloud, which I will do for you, and then resolves it. Right. Bold text indicates that the card has specific rules, and I'll let you know when that is.
All right, I'm on board.
Second phase is adjust the dice. The active player reduces each project die by 1, and we'll get to projects in a minute.
You are in charge of drawing dice.
Yep, that's all me.
Okay.
And finished projects are updated. And the third thing you do is to take an action. And those actions are discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project.
Okay, should I have that written down somewhere?
So I've got a little turn summary card on our map so you can see what to do during a turn. And I'm going to go over what those individual things mean right now.
I got it. Okay.
So the 3 things, we're going to go backwards. Number 3, take an action. Those actions can be discover something new. That is introducing a situation. It could be a problem. It could be an opportunity. It could be a little bit of both. You then draw the situation on the map. Drawing should be small, finished under 30 seconds. Whenever things seem too controlled and easy, we can take this action to introduce new issues and dilemmas. Sometimes individual characters will get named, and we'll record those off to the side. The second type of action you can take is to hold a discussion. You can choose to open with a question or a statement. Starting with you going clockwise or across the table, each player gets to weigh in once with a single statement of 1 or 2 sentences. If you open with a question, you get to weigh in last. If you open with a statement, that's it for you. So I could say,
whoa,
I think we're doing a bad job doing this. And then you get to make a statement. Or I can say, what do you think of building a bridge to the other Mesa? And then you can make a statement. And then I get to say, I think that's a bad idea.
That's what you wanted this whole time, too. Why can't I succeed?
A discussion never results in a decision being made. Everyone weighs in, and then that's over.
Oh.
This is how conversations work in communities. They are untidy and inconclusive. It is important to stick to 1 to 2 sentences. We can always hold further discussions in a different week if we want to say
1
more.
to 2 sentences.
Yeah.
And drawings are 30 seconds.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Each week, each turn is supposed to take between 2 and 3 minutes.
Okay, let's do it.
And then the last thing is to start a project. You can choose a situation and declare what the community will do to resolve it. There's no agreeing or disagreeing. The community simply begins work. Okay. And then as a group, we decide how many weeks we think the project will take to complete, between 1 and 6, and that's where our die comes in.
I should get a timer. It will help me.
Okay.
Like, I should get a sand-filled timer to make this happen. It's all good. I'll try to be a good citizen.
Number 2 on our turn summary is adjust the dice, and that happens when we've got a project going.
And that's all you. I'm never touching the dice.
And then the first one is to play a card. And I think you should play our first card.
Is it random, or do I pick a card from the deck?
Pick a card from the spring deck, the hearts.
All right. Our first card from the spring hearts. As a player, am I supposed to know what it is, or I'm just picking something that fancies me?
You're just taking the top card from your deck.
Oh.
Doesn't really. I mean, you can look at them because you have no idea what they mean, so it doesn't matter.
Right. You just flip a card from the deck. Yep, I flipped the 9 of hearts, Mark. I flipped the 9 of hearts.
You have 2 options with a 9 of hearts.
9 of hearts.
Option 1. A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins her endeavors? Start a project to reflect. Or, a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity. Why does she do this? How does the community respond?
Okay. She's definitely going to try to convince people into dangerous activity.
Okay. What is that dangerous activity?
She wants people to leave the Mesa to go explore the wastes.
How does the community respond?
They say, we just had finished our strife with the jackals. We got to this sanctuary rock. Now is not the time.
So the community pulls together to come up with a decision against this person.
Against her urging other people of her age. She's like, young people, these people led us to the strife with the jackals. We are now, it is time for us to break away and leave. Don't do it. It'll make the jackals crazy. Stay on the rock.
Okay.
What was that?
That was number 1. That was your play a card.
Okay.
And now 2 is adjust a dice. We don't have any dice. So 3, take an action. Discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. I'm
going to start the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we're going to call this woman, this young woman, Aurelia. And the discussion is, Aurelia, why are you so unhappy that you couldn't take a little bit of time for us to regroup and then us leave together?
So as part of this discussion, so a discussion is going to be more decision-making. So it's
not discovery of Aurelia's problems?
No.
Okay, so the discussion is Aurelia is trying to undermine our fabric. What do people think we should do with Aurelia? the fabric of our society. What do
Mhm.
people think we need to do with Aurelia? Like, we're going to set a precedent on how we treat dissenters right
Yeah.
now.
And since you opened with a question, I get to make a statement, and then you get to make a statement.
Right.
So I think we should give Aurelia a second chance and watch her closely.
Okay. I think watching her closely is giving her the attention that she wants. I think instead of just watching her closely, we should give her a warning that we're all in this together, or we're not into this.
Okay. Week 2.
Oh, Aurelia.
I got the 7 of Hearts.
All right, so I should take the 7 of Hearts out of my deck.
Yeah, and I should take the 9 of Hearts out of my deck.
Okay.
7 of Hearts. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or
I think we know.
What natural predators roam the area? Are you safe?
Not from Aurelia.
I want to say that there are giant scorpions.
Okay. I can't stop you from saying there's giant scorpions. So there are giant scorpions.
There are giant scorpions, and they live in caves on the side of the Mesa.
Whoa.
And we are safe as long as we don't go down in those caves.
Were we supposed to draw on it? Like, or you decide you wanted to add giant scorpions to our Mesa?
Well, I added... I mean, we can add Aurelia if you want.
No.
But we've got Aurelia up here for our list of named people.
Yeah, she's definitely a named person.
We don't have any projects going, so no dice actions. And then I want to start a project. And I want that project to be an aqueduct between the water Mesa and our Mesa.
Can we say waterworks? Because I feel like our Mesa is higher.
Sure.
And it's hard for a set of water to go, like aqueduct up.
Right. How long do you think that's going to take? I think it's probably going to take a while.
I think it's going to take a while.
Should we put it at 6?
What's our
6
what
weeks.
does that number mean?
That's how many weeks it'll take to complete.
It's 6 weeks if there was already some sort of ski lift or something that already we're using. It's much longer than that if
6 is our max.
Oh, then it's definitely 6.
Yeah.
And let us have that fact that there was some sort of water something already in the place. We're just getting it working.
Yeah. Yeah. From the scrap metal and whatnot, I think that we probably settled in some sort of abandoned town.
Or base.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your week.
It's my week. All right. I think your turn took longer than mine. Queen of Hearts.
Okay.
Queen
of Hearts.
Playing with the Queen of Hearts.
What is the most beautiful thing in this area?
Aurelia.
Or what is the most hideous thing in this area?
No, Aurelia's got natural, or it's supposed to be a feature of it.
Probably a feature.
Oh, okay.
So spring is more about drawing the map and making sure that we've got lots of things on the map. When we get into summer projects, lots of big projects.
I think it's the horizon and the sunsets are spectacular.
Okay.
They fill you with hope.
Do you want to draw a beautiful sunset?
No, I want you to.
Great.
Do you need me to do this? Look it, that's amazing. I could not have done that.
And now your action. Do you want to discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project?
I want to start a project. I want to get the wind farms working again to power the water station.
But we don't have any wind farms. That would be discovering something new.
What's the difference?
Starting a project is pretty much going to happen on something that already exists.
Right. Oh, something that's
or building something from scratch, which is what we did with our waterworks.
okay. I want to use scrap from our scrap heap to build a wind farm.
Okay. I think wind farm is going to take 4 or 5 weeks. What do you think?
I think it should take 1 week earlier than the water shenanigans.
Okay, so they'll end up being completed at the same time.
Yes, that's the goal.
Okay.
Do I need to draw a windmill? No, you got it. You're amazing. Like, why would anyone want to watch my subpar drawings?
I was just tricking you into thinking you had to draw everything.
People are here for your storytelling charisma, Mark. I'm just happy to be here. Everybody knows that.
Next week is the 8 of Hearts.
So does that mean our wind farm should have been a 5 because we had dialed down the other one? So we'll just keep on dialing them down.
They're both going to be 4s on this turn.
Okay.
8 of Hearts.
An 8 of Hearts. I'm removing the 8 of Hearts.
Is discovered. Broken, but perhaps repairable. What is it? What would it be used for? Or an old piece of machinery is discovered, cursed and dangerous. How does the community destroy it? I really like the idea of it being cursed and dangerous, but I kind of want to put something useful, but also dangerous. I think... I don't know what to actually call this thing, but
it's a thresher. A thresher is both useful and dangerous.
In Pittsburgh, they have this incline, which is like a train that goes from the top of a really big hill to the bottom.
Oh.
And I think we found that here, but it's super close to where the scorpions are.
I'm not supposed to talk during your turn. And that's a form of gondola, actually.
Okay. I'll take gondola. Gondola's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's a form of gondola.
All right. I already
You're talking about like that slanted track.
Yeah.
It's made so that it's even, but it's on a tilt and you just go up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, so we found a gondola on the west side of the Mesa. And
okay.
I want to discover something.
Oh, wow.
I want to discover that Aurelia, who I've accidentally decided is represented by this ugly brown color, has gone out to the scrap and has built a church.
A church? Huh. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't say it. It's your turn, right? So I can't do anything when you discover something, so it's fine. Aurelia has made a church. Okay. All right. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got the 5 of Hearts. So we should only have 3 cards left.
That's correct.
Okay. 5 of Hearts.
There's a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what?
Alarming weather patterns destroy Aurelia's church.
Okay.
Alarming weather patterns destroy Aurelia's church. Yeah.
And then we adjust our dice.
This story is really all about Aurelia.
So far.
Yeah.
And now you take an action.
Oh, now I take an action. Aurelia, seeing that her church was destroyed, she wants to start a project building some sort of vehicle to take everybody away.
Okay.
She realizes when the church collapses that and she takes it as an inspiration. And so she's trying to either maybe it's a train that works on the gondola tracks. Maybe it's a battle wagon to fight the scorpions. We're not really sure.
Mhm.
but she has started on a vehicle inspired by the collapse of the church.
Okay. How long do you think it's going to take her?
It's going to take her 6 weeks.
Oh,
If whatever the maximum is.
I think it's going to take her 5 because she's got the young people helping her.
Does she? Or does she alienate them?
I think she's charismatic enough.
Did you just talk during my turn? All right, fine. It's 5, but I feel like you just violated.
The dice number is collaborative.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to let you have what you want, Mark, because you get to have it. I'm not going to give you a contempt die for not listening to me, but I am going to instead shake my dice at you.
What it is you get to take the contempt token, and then you get to look at it, and you get to remember. That's what it is.
Is it?
You don't give them to me. You get to take them and think about the times when.
Well, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm not going to do it yet,
Okay.
but I'm going to think about it. Because it's my turn and you didn't tell me all the rules before all this stuff. Okay.
Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts. All right, so we should only have the 6 and 10 left, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Jack of Hearts.
I'll reshuffle those. Okay. You see a good omen. What is it? Or you see a bad omen. What is it? I think on the southeast side of the Mesa, we saw a jackal. The animal.
Oh, no. How did it get up here?
Yeah.
That is an omen.
Adjust the dice.
That's an adorable little jackal there, Mark. Can I give you compliments during your turn, or is that still not acceptable?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that jackal's adorable.
I would like to start a project to... Yeah, but before the waterworks and wind power is ready, I think I would like to prepare some gardens.
Oh, neat.
For growing food.
Whoa.
So I'm going to use our scrap metal to make us some gardens. How long do you think that would take?
Are they hydroponic or are they just houses?
I think they're just like sheds with tubes with holes in the tubes.
And retractable roofs?
Yeah. We might use some sheets of plastic or whatever.
80 people,
from the scrap yard.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Everybody's working on a timeline. The project manager, Aurelia's father, is a tyrannical project manager, and that's why he's keeping everything on these same schedules.
It's your turn.
We're going to call Aurelia's father, who's keeping all this stuff, we're going to call him Felix. Okay, Aurelia and Felix. All right, so my top card is the 6 of Hearts.
Okay. 6 of Hearts. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or, how old are the eldest members of the community? What unique needs do they have?
We already established children. What counts as children? Do we determine it? Like, do teenagers like Aurelia count as children? Or are we talking like post-apocalyptic, like the mark between... Like the mark between adult and child is whether or not they can fend for themselves in the waste.
That is our decision to make.
Okay, we're going to choose.
It is your decision to make, actually. It's your turn.
Actually, we're going to choose. That's our definition of senior or child, is whether or not you can take care of yourself independently from the community in the waste. So anybody who's unable to do that is considered to be either child or a senior.
Okay.
Or an elderly, not a senior, but an elderly. And we do have children here.
So what is their role in the community?
They find nuts and bolts amongst the scrap heap that are still usable.
Okay.
They are foragers of usable scrap items. That is their useful job. It's because the scrap heap, for whatever reason, is relatively unmolested by the scorpions. And the children are, and the structures, though unstable, gives warning if the scorpions are around.
Okay. I will adjust the dice.
Was that just my decision, or do I have an action to do?
You have an action to do. That was your card.
Okay. I have an action to do. Okay. I want if I wanted a reconciliation between Aurelia and Felix, what would that be? Would that be discussion? Would that be discovery? Or would that be a project? Or should I be looking at physical objects for our community?
It might be a project. How does the community band together, or does the community band together to do this? I think that's what a project would be.
I think the community needs a meeting hall that's outside of our living space, so that we can have these kinds of discussions. So I'm going to start a project on a meeting hall.
Okay. Where would you like that?
I would like it between the vehicle and the gardens.
Okay.
And it's symbolic of the trying to meet Aurelia in the middle between Felix, who's, established the community, and Aurelia, who desperately wants to leave.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think this project will take?
Relatively quick. So maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
If it was on Felix's schedule, it would be 1, so they could all be done at the same time. But since it's on compromising, it's more. So because it's towards Aurelia's side. And
we have enough ongoing projects that Felix wouldn't want to take workers from one of the ones that are very important to the survival of the community.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But this is a relatively simple structure.
Yeah. It's not as complicated as the one I drew. 10 of hearts.
10 hearts.
Ooh. Okay. There's another community somewhere on the map. Where are they? What sets them apart from you?
Oh, I'm so sad. This was not my turn.
Yeah. What belief or practice helps to unify your community? It has to be that there's another community elsewhere on the map. And I think that community is actually at the foot of the incline, at the foot of this gondola.
How did we get past them? Or did we come up from the other side?
We didn't discover the gondola until maybe like week 6 or 7. So,
okay.
Yeah. So there's a community there, and they are, what was it? What sets them apart from you? I don't think they're human.
I think at the very least, I want them to be scorpion worshippers.
They can definitely be scorpion worshippers, and I think they are also
Are they scorpion centaurs?
I don't think they're Scorptars.
Scorptars? Are they Scorptars?
I want to say like mutant from the fallout, from the nuclear fallout that happened.
That sounds like they're Scorptars.
You can picture them however you want.
No, you have to tell us how we're picturing them. Are they really gooey? Like, what's...
I think they've somehow adapted to live with radioactivity. They look like...
What are they called, and what is their relationship to the jackals?
I think as scorpion worshippers, they lived in the caves for a long time and possibly didn't even have to deal with the jackals.
I want to
And
call them Puddlemen
the Puddlemen.
because they're
Great.
gooey and
Yeah.
drippy. And the
And the
scorpions leave them
community,
alone, can't
yeah,
eat them
the community is in the caves.
with the scorpions.
Yeah.
Oh, the Puddlemen seem dangerous. They're both radioactive and in allegiance with the dangerous scorpions.
We don't know yet.
Oh, so bad, scorpion worshippers. Okay.
So I will adjust the dice, meaning our projects have completed. 3 of them at least. We now have gardens, power, and water.
Just so you know,
Yes.
I was all about the new spring. And so such good things happened during this new spring. Felix bringing his people to the sanctuary and making this happen, and your excellent drawing and all this fantastic stuff. But summer is going to be brutal on the Mesa.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
It is.
Now the Puddlemen and the Scorpions have been revealed. It is going to be a brutal time for our maybe not so quiet year.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we need to have a discussion.
Oh, no.
What do we do about the Puddlemen?
We do nothing and see how they react.
I think we should build a fence.
Okay, I can't say anything to that.
That's our discussion.
Okay.
The longest day comes, and with it, summer.
Aw. Are we into diamonds now?
Our projects have been completed. Our community now has water, power, and fresh vegetables.
Whoa.
And the heat begins to beat down.
Oh, no.
And we are into diamonds.
Diamonds are forever.
Thank you for joining us for this session of Lone Gamers of the Apocalypse. Is there a game you'd like to see us try? Be sure to let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to follow along with our story and get notified when we dive into our next game.